everybody, welcome to Crafty Anew. Today's video I'm bringing you 3 budget-friendly and very cute spring DIYs. So let's get right into it. For our first project, you're going to need one of these wooden planks out of this pack and this wooden birdhouse. And I'm also using Waverly Antique and then this red, because what I'm going to do is make my own red stain. And I think you've seen me do this before. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of the antique wax in there and a couple drops of the red paint. I'm going to paint both the birdhouse and the plank in the red paint. And you can see how I get this pretty red stain. And once I get that painted on there, I'm just going to wipe it off and let it dry. Once I have the plank done, I'm also going to do the birdhouse in that same red stain. I just want to take this moment to remind everybody to follow me on my social media pages so you can see more videos. I'm on Facebook and Instagram at Crafty Anew, and then I'm also on Twitter at Crafty_Anew. So next, once we have that painted, I'm just going to take some of these letters and I'm going to spell out the word welcome. And I'm just putting those on my ruler so that I can make sure they're straight, and then we're going to stick it to the wooden plank. And here I'm just making sure it's nice and straight and even. And once I have the letters down, I'm going to go over it with some antique white paint. Once that's dry, we're just going to remove the stickers. And then you'll be able to see that red stain coming through. Now, I don't suggest using your craft knife to do this, but that's all I had on hand. Probably not the safest thing to do. So just do as I say and don't do as I do, or however that saying goes. And then I'm just going to sand over that so that it gets rid of some of the paint lines. And I sanded a little too hard and some of it bled through, some of the white, so I'm just going over it with the red. Now I'm going to take this bamboo wreath and I'm just going to add some florals to it. And as you can see here, I just added a variety of florals. You can add whatever you want. I added some lavender picks and some greenery, and I'm just doing it to like this side of the wreath. So now I'm just going to attach the welcome sign using some hot glue, and it fits perfectly right there. And then I'm going to take some Excelsior and I'm going to glue that to my wreath, and then I'm going to glue the birdhouse on top of that. Now for our next project, I'm just taking one of these signs, well, I'm sorry, it's a plaque like thing, I guess, that I purchased from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take it apart. And it comes with this burlap string and some clothespins. We're going to set those clothespins to the side because they're too big. And I got some miniature clothespins that we're going to use with this project instead. I also want to remind you guys to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you like all of these, and leave a comment in the comment section below and let me know which one was your favorite. I always like to hear your guys' opinion, and I really don't hear much from you guys. So make sure you leave me a comment so I can get to know y'all. Now I'm just taking some of this pretty scrapbook paper that I'd gotten out of a scrapbook pack. I got this stuff years ago, so I do not remember where I got it. And I'm just going to trace the, just trace a template onto there. You can see what I'm doing here. And then we're just going to cut that out and we're going to glue it onto the picture frame. And I'm just using stick glue here. Now I'm taking some of this yellow paint, and I'm going to paint this wood chick that came out of a pack from the Dollar Tree, and I'm painting it yellow. And then I happen to have one of these little watering cans, wooden watering cans that I got from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to paint that pink. And ignore that brown bunny rabbit. We use it later, but what I did is I just went ahead and painted it for the next project. But that has nothing to do with this project. I just didn't get it out of the shot, to be honest with you. So now here I'm just painting the bucket. Now I wanted some green Easter grass, but I couldn't find any, so what I did is I just took some of this green paint and I painted the Excelsior so that it looks like Easter grass. You can completely skip this step if you have Easter grass, but if you don't, this is an alternative. You can just take some Excelsior, put it in a cup, and I just stirred some of this green in there. And then I'm just going to dump that out and let it all dry, and we'll separate it and let it dry. And you have some pretty Easter grass. And we'll go ahead and put my picture frame back together. And there's what you should have so far. And you can use any kind of scrapbook paper you want. This is just what I chose for my project. Now to make this little chick stand up, I'm just going to use 3 small wooden beads that I got out of this pack from Hobby Lobby. Oh, that was a break I had to take. Let me know what your favorite candy is. You know, I had to have, it was time for a Reese's egg. They make the packs now that you get white chocolate and milk chocolate in the same bag. So every time I reach in the bag, I gotta have one of each to satisfy my craving. Now once I have those wooden beads glued on to this little chick, we're just gonna glue it into the frame. And what those beads will do is it'll just give it a raised look inside the frame. Now I'm going to take that Easter grass I made and I'm just going to hot glue that down inside the bottom of the frame. And I'm just going to give it a little trim. Now I'm going to take that pink watering can that I got from Hobby Lobby and I'm just going to glue that down in there also. One of these carrots out of a 5-pack that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to glue that on there also by the watering can. once I have all that glued down, I'm going to take one of these glass base filler. They're like Easter eggs. I think they look like Easter eggs. They're multicolor. And I'm just going to glue a bunch of those, the different sizes, down into the grass. And I'm going to put a couple into the watering can. And then that way it looks like there's just Easter eggs in the grass. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the jute twine back onto this. So you kind of have to take the back out. I kind of wish I had put this on before I did everything. So I would recommend putting the jute twine on before you put the back on the frame. That makes sense. Because it makes it easier to work with. But once I have the jute twine back on there, I'm going to take this other piece of scrapbook paper that came in that same pack, and I'm going to cut out the letters for the word spring. And then once I have the word spring cut out, I'm just going to use the little clothespins that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to attach those to the jute twine that came with the picture frame. And once we have that done, this project is complete. And we have a cute little tabletop piece for spring. So for my next project, this is just going to have to be whatever you have on hand. So I found this little wooden basket at my local Goodwill, and I thought this would make a very cute Easter tabletop centerpiece. So what I did is I just took some lavender picks that I purchased from Walmart for 97 cents, and I just put them in some floral foam, and then just some other greenery that I also purchased from the Dollar Tree. And I want this to be like all purple and green, so I'm just putting all purples in here. And I think this turned out so beautiful. I was so proud of this floral arrangement. And so like I said, this is just going to be whatever you have on hand. And I just wanted to throw this in there to show you guys how something from Goodwill can be turned into something so beautiful with just a little bit of work and creativity. Then I'm just taking some of these plastic eggs that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just going to put those in the basket. And then after Easter's over, you can still use this as a beautiful spring centerpiece and just take out the eggs. So I took that little bunny rabbit that we had in that last DIY that I already painted, and I just put that in front of the basket, and there's my beautiful table centerpiece for Easter. Hey, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell, and click on the links that's popping up right now to watch some other videos and DIYs that I have for you. And I just want to say Happy Easter and thanks for watching. Bye!